Ladies and gentlemen, how you all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
Hi, Mangru. Hello, hello, hello.
And guys, continuing our coverage in this first replay of 2020. Happy New Year, everybody.
Woo.
We are on Point to Hawk going again for that Christmas Cup tournament. Right? Who's bringing the fight today?
Well, on the left-hand side in blue, we have Her Robert playing the 2nd Infantry Division, and on the right-hand side, we have the Chikendew playing as the 3rd Feldjäger Division.
Now, one thing I'm sad to say is that we're looking over here at the 3rd Fallschirmjäger Division, and we don't have the Gonzo opening. To
Ugh.
wit, the Panzer L6s, there's only one of them. God help me, I wish there was like 35.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a 3rd Feldjäger opening if you don't open with 10 of those Fiats and only 2 Feldjäger infantry squads. It's secretly a tank division in disguise, a very light tank division.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Now, one thing that's kind of funny for me as well, I just kind of realized, thinking about this, the Point to Hawk, well, we
Mm-hmm.
have we have at least a couple. I could have sworn I saw a tank on here already. I was going to say, wait, most of them we're supposed to have foundered in the channel, but
Yeah.
gallows humor aside, what can we expect again from the 2nd Infantry versus the 3rd?
Well,
I mean,
second inf
it's been a bit.
It's gonna be pretty fun, I think, because it's gonna be Rangers versus Feldjäger, two, highly elite infantry forces fighting against each other. Like we all know, Feldjägers and SC-44 completely decimate anything from 100 meters and above range from where they can actually hit. Or the
Mhm.
Rangers need to get in close within that 100 meters to get the kill. But yeah, it's gonna be Fiat tanks, the Panzer L6s versus like T-30s and a few of those DD Shermans. So it should be a fun run. Two really good divisions.
Exactly. The funny thing about this, though, is that we're going to see much, much later, I would say, a bigger, bigger boom. For right now, obviously, both divisions really have kind of a slow start, 75 and 85 points,
Mm-hmm.
respectively. One thing I'm a little bit nervous about Chickendew's forces up here to the northern side is that there's a single squad of troops.
Oh yeah. Well, it's Feldjägers.
Yeah, but against mortars and 4 other squads, including an anti-tank gun just for giggles.
Okay, good point. Yeah, the mortars kind of seals the deal. Yeah.
Even worse, this Panzer L6 should be firing right now, and he's not going to be doing it. He's just missed the mark completely.
Ah, you just stop and shoot, buddy. You
Exactly.
can't shoot and move. You only can do that on the eastern front.
Oh, Sharpshooter, how much I've missed you. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a 76 millimeter as well. I forgot the second starts with those freaking massive anti-tank guns.
Oh yeah. It's definitely a little bit overkill versus 3rd Feldjäger on A phase, as I only have his Panzer L6s, but hey, I mean, it's also actually a decentish support gun.
True. Now, one thing we have kind of not been able to see too often on the Eastern Front is this hedgerow hell. I'm sure you
Mm,
guys recall that usually on the 50-yard line, unless someone has a massive breakthrough on the front, tend to see this kind of, more or less kind of static play. Somehow I sincerely doubt that happening, considering the caliber of players we see in both Hey Robert and Chikendew, but
yeah.
I could be surprised.
Now the Panzer L6s get sniped up north from the AT gun, and now I think Chickendew's just gonna have to fall back a bit and set up a defensive line along the northern front. But yeah, it's pretty quiet along most of the line. No real major breakthroughs. Just both sides setting up in their hedgerows and just enjoying the French countryside.
Exactly, but Hey Robert, I mean, he only gets stronger and stronger. If you let him just kind of sit there, second infantry gets terrifying.
Yeah, especially if you get some of your xylophones out, and especially against 3rd Feldjäger, if you can beat them to death with artillery from long range, we're gonna have a good time.
True. It's a little bit hard to beat an infantry division when you have Fiat tanks. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, hell of a car, don't get me wrong. But tanks, meh.
Yeah.
But we are seeing this front squad of Fallschirmjägers continuing to kind of peter forward, just very, very subtly shifting in. It's a 37 millimeter being brought on in, or rather the Bofors, rather. Yep, the Bofors coming in from the Allies. So this is not going to be a pretty sight once that unlimbers.
Feldjäger is down south, getting close enough with the rifles, but because they're only within 100 meters, they can't use machine guns, so you see he runs back a little bit, so he can shoot with the machine guns, and As you can see, it was
Yep.
MG34s. Don't mess about.
Yep. And unfortunately, over here for the American troops, even when you bring in this little this rinky-dink Jeep 30 cal, I mean, yeah, feel free to fire however much you want to. It's not gonna do you much good.
Yeah. And it's going to expose themselves to the small Pack 41. And, yes, let's see pretty good push here from Chikendew mopping up this southern side.
Now, if you can get rid of the American eyes right there, that recon squad, gonna be a lot more terrifying, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
But as it is, are we seeing actually any of the DD tanks? Yes, one's on the field, one's on the field. So it ain't gonna be pretty for the Fallschirmjägers pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's a real good counter in A phase against Fallschirmjägers because they got light tanks, light TT guns, and Sherman's got, they got a lot of machine guns apparently, so they're very good at killing infantry.
I was going to say I was a little surprised this infantry pack is not going to be engaging either one of those ducks. But apparently he finally gets his ducks in a row and takes a shot at one of them, breaks it pretty damn quick. But Northern Rifle is going to probably pick off this Fallschirmjäger, especially with their support fire from a distance here.
Mm-hmm.
On the plus side, though, this Fallschirmjäger Führer will keep them... Oh, wow. That was quite surprising. I did not expect them... Oh, cover. That's why.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Fallschirmjäger Fury is definitely helping out a lot too for extra veterancy, and also just making sure Fallschirmjäger does not surrender. And as you can see, this lone Fallschirmjäger squad is... Fallschirmjägers are really good in that C-44. Just beating off all these rifles by themselves.
But remember, the big issue with these guys is that you ended up getting such a small number of them, and as the game went later and later, you kind of got screwed on the overall infantry tab.
Yes. And with first Fallschirmjäger, it's not too bad, because you got a nice amount of Fallschirmjägers, but for, the classic 91st, you would run out of Fallschirmjägers if you didn't keep a good eye on them.
Indeed. Fiat to the south, Fiat to the north. But to say that they're going to go and cause a massive swing in power is a bit of a false fiat accompli. I didn't know if I was actually going to ever make that comment, so I apologize to all of you out there who speak Latin.
No, you haven't. You haven't, but that was pretty good.
Thank you. Bad puns to start off the year, right? Now, the 76mm, one thing that we kind of neglect to kind of mention about this guy is that he does still have a fairly powerful infantry support gun.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, only 12 rounds for it, and he's a pretty much Winchester, and he's second on it. Probably the only thing that's even more negative for the Americans, though, is that we have these two rifle squads that are running back and forth. Oh, no, excuse me, rifle support and a rifle squad, one of which is running into the open arms of the Germans. Curious decision.
Very, very curious. Yeah, this is going pretty good for Chikendew. That southern push has definitely worked out quite well for him as he's managed to get into that crossroads town down south and managed to sneak his way into that southern hedgerow area where the Fallschirmjäger and Fallschirmjäger leader are.
Indeed he has. Kind of humorously, despite the fact that their pocket got hammered pretty hardcore, both infantry squads, did both of them get out? I think both of them got out.
I think so. For now.
But also, the two DD tanks that the 2nd Infantry get in Phase A, both of them are on the field as we speak. One to the north, one to the south. Force multiplier, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
But if they lose them, that's a hefty loss.
Especially considering you only get one per card in A phase, and you don't have a lot of tank cards for 2nd, so you really want to make him count.
Yes, you do. Fallschirmjäger, in the meantime, he's going to take some firepower from this DD tank, but he at least is able to push back the rifle squad. Unfortunately for him, more rifles being brought on in 2 squads worth, actually.
I do like that recon squad down south, behind enemy lines. He's trying to kill the Pack 41, and he does it! There we go. Real good ambush tactics there. He's going to pay for it with his life, probably, but that was worth it.
But that's the poster child for price efficiency.
I'd say use recon squad. If If you get pushed, you just keep them still, put them on hold fire, and hope to God they don't get found out. Then you mess up the enemy backlines. Got a lost
Ugh.
battalion in it, man.
Oh my God, really? Wrong
Yes.
war, wrong war. But it's very true. Very true. Now, one thing I do want to make a quick check of is in Phase B, please feel free to fact check me. Um, 91st and 3rd both got strokes coming out of Phase B, I want to say.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Not a
Oh,
lot, but some.
also, while I'm thinking about it, on Tuesday's replay, we were talking about the Bavarians
Mm-hmm.
troops. And after our replay, I did look that up. So that was for, by the way, a punishment battalion. So in the same way that the Soviets had penal battalion troops, that was the Germans' version of them, the Strafbattalion. And actually, it works quite well in the Großfestung kind of lineup because it's cobbled together units, including some penal battalions who were just kind of stuck there as, well, stopgap measures.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if anyone's posted a comment at the time of this replay that hasn't happened, but I do want to mention that real quick, just just to give a little bit of trivia to our folks out there.
They're also very good at throwing grenades.
Yes, yes, they were all actually in the first position. They all played first base for the German national softball team,
Yes.
or as they called it, potato mashers. But yes, 5347 right now, the L6 is not getting the same kind of effect that you might hope from any other kind of light tank, and of course, they have autocannons, not true guns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like her Robert has managed to force his Ray back now in the early stages of B phase, just through the sheer fact of tank fire support, and Chikendew hasn't been able to really blow up Bill Shermans or T-30s. He does have access to the mighty Flying Ducks, which could pop off a Sherman or two, but it's a rather expensive investment.
True, and there's still a Bofors right there.
Oh yeah.
So as a bit of a reminder, the Bofors, actually anti-air, I would say in SD44 was pretty damn strong.
Yes, yeah, the maps were definitely more smaller, so the anti-air had better coverage, so to speak. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, anti-air wouldn't kill an airplane by itself usually in SD44. It's a rare occurrence.
Also true.
But you could pretty easily just tell airplanes to piss off by getting like 2 to 3 Bofors guns out.
The other thing to make a note of is that we are seeing this power play of 3 mortars at a time up here to the north. These guys by themselves are going to basically just freak out everything.
They got bloody 3-star veterans.
Yeah, exactly.
They might as well just be automatic machine guns. As it even kills the Fiat tank, yeah. And this is exactly what you need to do against Third Feldjäger. You're not going to beat him in a straight-out infantry fight, so just blow him up with artillery.
That's what's happening right now. We're seeing this kind of quasi-walking barrage. And while that munitions duct is going to go and fall off pretty quickly in terms of it, this infantry is going to get panicked very quickly. And the Panzerabwehr was just way too good, yeah.
He works well under pressure, man. Really put it on his resume.
Jeez. He's gonna get one infantry squad by one and just be like, oh, okay, well, there's infantry right there. Well, just a couple rounds, and there goes no more man, no more problem.
And it's easy to do that against Third Feldjäger due to the low density of infantry that they usually have. You can, pick off like 2-3 Feldjäger squads and you pretty much clear up the front line.
Stop the presses. Here comes a Henkel.
Oh! Come on. Oh, it's only a B1. Oh, it's only a B1, it's not B3s.
Yes.
It's still enough.
The Henkel rankles. And he's going to go after the Sherman. No, he's going to try to get away.
Or it's risky keeping the plane on the field after doing one strafing run, but he's got the air support. So he's probably going to come back round again.
Maybe he's going to let the freak out limit just kind of slow down a bit.
Yeah.
155 barrage, by the way, takes out the anti-tank to the south. That's unfortunate, but not the worst thing in the world. Yep, here we go. Henkel goes into the gun run for that northern Sherman. There's another one to the south, but if he picks off this northern one, that's still a very, very good kill. No, no joy.
Knocked out the driver, and that's probably going to Yeah, he's gonna want to get out. Fortunately, no airplanes have, been brought out from Herr Robert's side to try and chase him down. Losing like a Heinkel and ST-44 is very, very expensive. You don't really want to be doing that very often.
Oh my god, sweet, sweet music is about to be played.
Oh yeah, on the phone, on the field.
He's looking for the Flak 36 in the back. Gabby wasn't second infantry, was he? He was somebody else.
Oh, he was second. He was second infantry.
ME-109 almost completely kills that xylophone, freaks it out. Exactly one rocket got off.
Very ballsy to move the xylophone right down the road, but Herr Robert was pretty lucky he didn't lose it.
Yeah, but I guess the artillery in this was just so much more confined. 1,300 meters. Man, that was small.
Yeah.
How did we live?
How did I know, right? This is like, a San Francisco apartment compared to ST2, right? It's like a Texas ranch.
Yes. Yes. Complete with horses and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have one ballsy Fallschirmjäger kind of behind enemy lines here. As 4 more squads of rifles are being brought on in, and in fact we're going to see another one being, an officer squad being up to kind of clean him up.
But yeah, there's Fallschirmjägers work well behind enemy lines, Joe.
True. Unfortunately, now that he's revealed his position, he's both for his... Oh, look! Playmates! And is going to completely destroy him.
Easy target practice.
Yep, and unfortunately for him, he was not even able to freak out that rifle leader squad enough.
It's crazy how our Fallschirmjäger squad has just been pelted from 40mm cannon fire, and they still haven't lost a single guy.
Okay, second xylophone. He's getting himself super close. I think this Fallschirmjäger can see him, so... Oh no, he's holding fire.
That is really ballsy positioning. Yeah, Fallschirmjäger opens fire. Is he gonna kill it?
Oh my gosh, look at the spread on that. I'm not sure if he targeted an area or hemisphere.
I know, right? Yeah, that's what happens when you get stressed out. It was kind of weird how you can be inaccurate with rocket artillery, because rocket artillery is already inherently pretty inaccurate.
Yeah, exactly. It makes you really kind of wonder what was going through those guys' heads. It was like, oh my god, the rockets get freaked out. They start firing in different directions. I mean...
Maybe the dude who's like in charge of like aiming the rockets, it's like, oh shit, we're being freaked out, but he's still holding his hand on the lever as he like ducks around for the bullets. But it's actually changing the firing arc of the rockets as they fire individually.
As he starts like shifting the truck back and forth.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, that's my head canon.
I'll take it. In the meantime, we have ourselves this Pack 40 looking down this road at this DD tank. And unfortunately for the Pack 40, no joy today. Or maybe, oh my god, look at the sightline.
Oh, that is dirty. That's dirty. Oh, that is... Oof.
Is there a second xylophone here? No, it's the same xylophone as before. To the north, it's calmed down quite a bit. Another DD tank being brought on in. Great thing about these DD tanks, well, they are amphibious. Bad thing about these DD tanks, who gives a damn? Because there's no real water crossings in this game.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And we can't, dip into the sea just down south a bit. North, I guess, technically.
Yes. Yes, we are looking, of course. The enemy gate is down, as always, for us. In this case, that is the coastline. The mortars, in the meantime, they are popping back off because we now have a 155 off map as well as another Sherman. And, yeah, that guy's not from Sydney. He's not from Wallaby Lane. And those shells, well, you cannot return those to sender. Unfortunately for him, the Sherman, that is, he's, potentially going to get picked off by this Panzer Abwehr. Oh, never mind.
Oh, yeah.
TOT barrage, this will be interesting.
It's not going to come in quick enough. Panther, he moves in, he's in range, and he... How could you riff the shot, mate? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're sitting in perfect defilade position. Like, you really
Mhm.
should have that. 120 mil is going to barrage the three musketeers over here, or the three mortar-tears, if you prefer. But with the death of this Fallschirmjäger Führer, which will happen, mark my words, not a lot of German presence to the north.
No, not really. I just really think her Robert's been doing a really good job of just picking off the Fallschirmjägers one by one with good old indirect fire. You know, just move and shoot, fire support. Chikendew's, slowly dealing with that by counter-battering the mortars.
Yes, but he counterbatters the mortar, and we have off-maps being brought on in instead. It's like right
Well,
now we're going to have this 155 to the north. Surprised I'm not seeing a second barrage being called down onto those two guys already. He knows they're both there.
Xylophone getting a really good shot off down south, and same with the Fallschirmjägers blowing up a Sherman. Sherman off-map.
Oh, okay. Oh, we missed another artillery barrage, by the way, down south. I believe that's why we see the Pack 40 and the Fallschirmjägers retreating.
Oh, B1, B1!
Oh my gosh, B1 and ME-109 going after the... Yeah, here we go, buddy. Rockets away.
Crack, crack!
Oh my god, Xylophone's dead, Sherman's dead.
Yeah, it's bloody use of air power, right? Yeah, that's how you do it. And the B1, he's still flying around. Yeah, he's probably gonna get out. Yeah, it's a good call.
Jeez. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and that was definitely one of those occasions.
Yeah, and her Robert, he's really up in the anti-air game now, getting another Bofors gun out. He does not want to be messing around with those ankles for much longer.
Well, he's got a hankering to kill the Hankels. I get it.
Don't blame him.
Curious decision by the Pack 40 looking for that OP, but he's taking fire from the rifle squad. One thing I do not miss is the target selection process in SD44. It's like, oh, I'm getting shot at by 14 different squads right by me. I guess I'll shoot the guy a mile and a half off.
Yep. AI auto target can be a little bit silly.
To the north, in the meantime, yes, these mortars have suffered greatly, but now these two Fallschirmjäger squad and the Fallschirmjäger Führer, yeah, that artillery was just too brilliant.
Hang on. But yeah, just her Robert has been slowly sneaking up, just artillery, and then move up into what remains.
Indeed, that's how he does it. And the rhinos, oh my gosh.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, we're not talking like the huge ass rhinos with the 15 armor, but
They got metal horns.
They do seem to be a little bit randy, don't they?
It is a shame that you can't use the rhinos to actually cross hedgerows. I did have that briefly for like a beta patch for all the tanks, but it was broken. But it would be cool if at least like the M4A1 Rhino could have done that, because it has the bloody...
Like that was the entire point.
Yeah, it's the entire point of the tank is to be able to cut through hedgerows.
It still does warm the cockles of my heart whenever I see an MG light up a light vehicle, whether it's from the Axis, another gun run to the south, Henkel going for another DD tank, and there is not there to stop him.
We got Gabby! We got Gabby, Khan!
Oh my gosh, Gabby,
yes!
1,000 lives. He's gonna pick up both of them.
The best allied war pilot of all time, according to SD44. The man of the hour, the speed king, the 50 cal fuck you up guy. It's Gabby. And yeah. And he's gonna fight the entire German Luftwaffe. He doesn't care. He can do it.
Well, he's gonna take some fire from this Flak 37. So again, roughly the clone to the whole Bofors that we're seeing. It's that wee 3 millimeters less. ME-109 gunning after that off map. Unfortunately for him, the artillery has already been lofted.
Is he gonna get the Messerschmitt?
Nah, Gagner's not
Nah,
gonna.
it's
He's
too.
not gonna go over it. I mean,
He's
you still have the 36,
yeah.
the flag 36 right there.
Same. Oh, we got some railway off map going to be brought in down south.
Kind of exciting, actually.
Mm-hmm. Some big bada
Um,
booms.
but it's a +2. I mean, Herr Robert is getting a +2 right now, and Chikendew, for all of his struggling, he's just outmatched by the armor.
Yeah, yeah. The armor and the artillery has been really devastating, and that's just exactly how you gotta beat third Fallschläger. It's all soft. All the third Fallschläger stuff is soft targets. You just need to bring fire support to beat them.
True, true. We got to get rid of that half chub.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, to the north, I haven't seen checked in a while. We do have a couple more Fallschirmjäger squads. And yes, we might even see the occasional Panzerfaust over here to do something like take out this M4DD. Never mind.
Nope. Not gonna happen. No, the other, he might be better than his cousin and actually, hit something.
Yeah, but I think this OP has already used at least 2 of his barrages, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go. At least he got the hit.
He gave his life for the cause.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, you know what? I knew we needed an L6 rush. L6 rush would have won it. That's how
Yep.
it works.
The match would have been over in 2 minutes.
Exactly.
It would have been at the enemy spawn, captured all the spawn points, and rear-shotted all the Shermans. Oh, another B1. Just for good luck.
Yep. Crew killed.
Jeez.
And ME-109 not still going after that Bofors. Bofors, in the meantime, both of them are going to freak out that Henkel. Not for nothing, I feel like the autocannon AA was just so much more powerful. I guess air power, both in SD and SD2 for that matter. I feel like you need to have that small caliber. That's what you need to be going for.
Mm-hmm. Those quad 20 mils.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah. Doesn't matter which game it is. Quad 20 mils will really ruin your day.
Yes, they will. As you can hear in the background, of course, we do have ourselves the howl of defeat coming from the German side. They're quite frustrated. And the mortar goes down. But regardless, we are going to see a 1,000 ticket lead happen. Yep, in just a second, Herr Robert's just going to go and get that success. Chikendew taps. So yes, on Point to Hawk, we are going to see a surprisingly mild KD between the squads.
Only like 100 difference between both, but looking at kills, nothing really crazy from the Americans. And same with losses. It's actually really everyone did their part.
The Henkel, though, I feel like the Henkel doesn't kill those 3 DD tanks, and
Oh
that's
yeah,
going to be
okay.
quite a big difference there.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Definitely played himself off.
But Gabreski, of course, getting another kill to add to his already massive total.
Mm-hmm.
And the second infantry, the India head, well, cuts down the Fallschirmjägers of the third.
Yeah. It's such a shame. I mean, like, of course we can't have all the divisions in ST2, but it's a shame that we don't have all the divisions in ST2, because like, I miss some of these guys quite a bit.
And so do I, honestly. I really, really do. But guys, the best way to get him over onto the Eastern Front is to spam Eugene with emails and forums. So, of course, this is your Uncle Rangru saying that you should go after Eugene all the time, every day.
Of course, exactly.
But in the meantime, any last thoughts there, Rang?
I like ST44's HUD more on ST2.
Oh, jeez. I wish we could hide the HUD, the
I mean,
timestamp.
yeah, the timestamp thing, but like just like the UI. Like I'm looking at the victory screen right now, and you got like the Allied soldiers stand, and it's a very cool
yes.
victory screen.
Oh,
I like
yes.
it more like the ST2 run, where it's just like a blown up tank,
True.
like red and white background. This one's like a movie poster.
That's true, but the Soviets don't believe in movies; they believe in propaganda.
That's true. The movies are propaganda.
Exactly, exactly. And guys, hopefully you were able to get your Christmas watching of The Great Escape in. I know I did.
Same here.
But until the next time, I think we're back on the Eastern Front next week, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
All right, so guys, from the new year, new beginnings. Until the next time, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangaroo, take it easy.